5K meters squared in Mexico. And he's now preparing an acceleration program on this idea of the new reality, how he's been very effective at bringing the community together and thinking up of social impact products. And now he wants to do the same to consider this new reality. New reality in terms of, yes, healthcare supplies, but also built environment solutions through to agri-tech, the climate tech, all of that. So I'm very happy to be plugging you, Oscar, and hearing more about this acceleration program that you've got planned.
Oh, can you hear me now? Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me. It's a great pleasure to hear you all. It's very interesting initiatives. I'm very happy to be among you guys, and very honored. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. 1 second. Here you go. Okay, where is it? Here you go. Is it sharing already? Okay. Is it? Can you see my computer now? No, right? Okay. There you go. Okay. Can you see it now?
That's right, we can.
Yep. Okay. So, Oscar Velazquez from Mexico City. I work in an organization. It's called Impact MX. We've been working since 2015 here in Mexico, working on something we call democratizing innovation. We believe that we want to bring tools, knowledge, frameworks to normal people, where we believe that every citizen should be like an innovator, to have a culture of innovation or a skill of innovation. So we work with a lot of projects, community projects, trying to teach people how to be innovators, how to solve their problems in their localities. But also we work with different scales of organizations. We work with entrepreneurs, we work with makers, and we work as well with investors. So we go from the bottom of the pyramid people, so working in communities, doing community work, but also we invest in projects. The organization Impact has 3 branches mainly. One, hardware accelerator, a group of industrial innovation centers that have Fab Labs. And also we are part of the global network of Fab cities that we are trying to design products and services for cities that make the cities resilient and connected. One of the Fab Labs we have, it's in the Central Library of Mexico, and it's very focused on building a community. It's a public space, and we have different computers with all the suite from the Sol systems like SolidWorks, CATIA, different things, so the public can come and use it. And also we have a library of innovation and transition. So we have all kinds of books from business to making, technology, and design, so that people can come and start just thinking how to change their environment. And it's a public space, so anybody can come with a project or just come grab a book or use the computers. So it's very public. We're trying to just give that in the Fab Lab Bibliotech. Then we also have the Industrial Innovation Center. It's an open innovation industrial center, very focused with circular economy processes and hardware. And it's in the city center of Mexico. We have 3,000 meters there, and it has all facilities from CAD, hardware, textiles, manufacturing, etc. And then we have a third one, which is, I didn't put the slide here, but it's very industrial, like super industrial. We do mass production there. We do art. We built some art sculptures that we send to different countries. My business partner Eduardo, he's a plastic artist, and he's an amazing maker. He knows all software and all machines and all materials, and he's really amazing when he creates. So there we have different robots and different machines for metal cutting, everything. So we have a lot of processes, and what we do is we want to bring all these uh, processes to people so they can learn and start changing their realities. In a higher level, we have an investment fund, and also we have an accelerator. Since 2014, we built around 200 companies. In the last 2.5 years, we've been very focused on hardware, and also more on circular economy processes. So all the hardware we built are mainly smart hardware, and so for all these 5 years, we've been building skills for building technology, business, and impact, and also investment. And we use all that to actually start designing products and services that are needed for significant, to create significant change or significant development or sustainable development. We believe very strongly on creating communities. We have different groups, large groups in Spanish, specifically in Mexico. That one is for social innovation. We're like around 15 people, very niche. Another for makers. It's called Makers Mexico. We already built around 8,000 people, and in that group, a lot of projects have been organized. There's a very large community. They call it Coronavirus Makers Mexico, and they're building with hospitals different masks and different respirators and different tools that they need for hospitals. There's another community that started growing there out of the group on Facebook. It's called Tikum Mola. Tom Makers or something. I think it's an international community that comes. I think it comes from Israel, and these are the numbers. They create a fundraising campaign, and they made splitters, nutrition bulbs, the decathlon mask, and they build the different things. Some respirators and different things. And there's a lot of makers that send already there. We actually use the infrastructure we have so that people can send us cutting for our lasers from metal to wood or plastics. This guy, he's an amazing designer in Mexico. He made his own design for a mask, and he was sending it. We also partner up with some logistics companies from bands to more like FedEx, so that we can send different things. So we kind of were an intermediary, trying to put the infrastructure we have and also the support for makers. Ourselves, we were focused on creating some projects. There was some research projects we had, and one of the projects was this consultory. It's like a cabin for telemedicine. So we are building it with a partner in China. And basically it's gonna have like a vending machine and one consultancy with telemedicine. So it's gonna have a screen side. You go in, and we're actually building the first prototype. And there's another friend in Harvard that he also has a company for telemedicine. So we're gonna integrate it very easy. And we also in the lab there was this respirator built. It's already it has been. Let me just. Actually, I think I have a video here. You're watching my screen, right? Yes. Okay, so we have metal machines for cutting, and there are some electronic components. So this was one of the prototypes. My business part was very focused these days, and then also a lot of people came. I know actually he made like this. I think he made around I don't know, 5,000 of these, and we just started giving them away, like some masks. And also because we were in a way one intermediate organization that we had some skills. We wanted to focus more on the support and as well. So we were going to launch a makeathon. so with all the partnerships we have for materials, for machines, for other labs, or our labs ourselves, and also we have ways to get some funding for projects. So we were going to launch a COVID Makeathon, but we saw that there was so much already that we decided to focus it on the post-COVID, and we call it New Realities. We're going to launch this Makeathon at the mid-June, and it's very focused on pilots. So we partner up with different incubators, fab labs, makerspaces, innovation centers, and some very amazing brands for software, hardware, materials, and some funding, and some banks as well, so that we can support the some pilot projects and help them through the accelerator scale, or also to create some structured business models. So because we want some projects to actually have legs afterwards. We really want projects to survive and not just like be just one very quick idea for emergency, but actually to have some economy after in the projects. So we're gonna have this Makeathon to filter some projects. Then we're gonna have an acceleration program for 1 month, and also there we're gonna finance and fund some projects and help them connect to hospitals or to different places. We don't really know, but we are focused on home, work, city, and in general planet. So we are also thinking what's going to be the new reality. So I'm not really sure what kind of projects we're going to get, but we want to get some scalable projects, and we're going to do a weekend of fundraising with some. We're going to have some talks and also some kind of TED talks, and also some concerts from some artists to do fundraising for this project. So we're gonna get some seed funding as well, doing some fundraising for these projects. And yeah, that's our work in COVID-19. I love building communities. I love building frameworks and methodologies for structuring projects to be replicable and scalable. And that's my work.
Thank you, Oscar.
You're welcome.